I listen to music and go for a nap, and I've felt 10 times better than I've ever felt in my life, so I'd say yay. I had quite a violent upbringing, and it kind of just, I went into a lot of relationships that were violent, which obviously caused a lot of, anxiety for me. So the biggest one was 5 years ago, my partner tried to kill me. So I ended up with PTSD on top of it, and then agoraphobia, so a range of different psychological anxieties. So I came to the Brain Wellness Clinic probably a year before I actually started the program. I was having a very hard time, but I just didn't have any money at the time. I wish I'd actually started, because I ended up in bed for about a year after the first session because I just couldn't cope. I barely left my room, stuff like that. So I came in one day, I don't know, I was laying in bed and I felt like I was about to I was in a bad state. So I rang the Brain Wellness Clinic and they got me in weirdly the next day, and I went here, and yeah, my therapist Ryan just put the first session under, and straight away it just stopped whatever was going on. So yeah, and that's how I started the sessions anyway. When I first came here, I did the tester session obviously the year before, and yeah, it went quiet. Yeah, I was like, okay, it went quiet, which was cool, but obviously it just comes back straight away when you do the tester session. But then the day I came in and I went for my first actual session, it was, my brain was just unraveling, and then it's like something just went over and just quietened it down, and just I went from here to here, and then when I came out, I asked Ryan what he'd done to me because there was 50 kilos had just been taken off my whole body, and he laughed, and I said, why do I feel so light? And he's like, because that blanket of anxiety that you wear is gone. So that was pretty amazing. That was the first session. It was really weird. So I did my the 12 original sessions. Just due to my history, we also did stabilising sessions and 6 anxiety sessions on top, just because of my history. And then I'm now doing a confidence program, which is 6 sessions, and then yeah, I'll probably continue on with other sessions as well. And I also listen to the home maintenance program at night. So probably about 3 sessions in, I really noticed it. I was feeling better, I could get up in the morning, and that was good. From day one, I could get up in the morning, which was really different for me. But the thing that really I noticed that was so crazy is I go down downward spirals if someone upsets me. I get easily offended, and someone that I had been having a relationship on and off with for years said something offensive to me, and it's like a brick wall just went straight up in front of me, and I didn't even want to engage in the argument because it just made no sense to engage in the argument, which was just the actual most ridiculous thing for me, to not engage in an argument and try and prove to someone that they shouldn't be talking to me. I just went, and I went, whoa, because I've never, that logical thinking has never been there for me. So that was the first time I saw that something was really, really different, because I wasn't engaging in an argument that I didn't need to engage in. So yeah, that was huge for me. I'm studying my my 200 hours in yoga, because I love yoga, so I'm studying to be a teacher. Never would have done that because I couldn't get out of bed before. So I've studied that. I do yoga every day now. I went from not having any furniture for years because I couldn't attach to anything, to now having a full house with a dog and a partner. And he's not abusive. He's not, you know, he's got his own personal issues. He also attends the brain wellness clinic. He is loving, caring, not violent, like just not a partner I've ever been with before. I probably wouldn't have even looked at him 2 years ago. So my boundaries have changed massively, like and I have no problems being calm about relating that. Like I went out the other night and people came back to my house, and some guy, and this is what I mean, he just walked into my bedroom, and I went, sorry, can you please remove yourself from my bedroom? And he was like, chill out. And I was like, no, you're being inappropriate. Like, this is my bedroom. Please get out. And he was like, oh. And I'm like, don't tell me to chill out. Like, you know. But I noticed that because I would have hyper reacted to that, you know, or allowed that to happen, if you get what I mean. My boundaries are very like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. Please don't do that. Whereas before, I don't think I had any boundaries. You know, people either walked all over me or I hyper reacted to them. So, but now I'm quite confident in saying that's something I'm not interested in doing, or, you know, which is, yeah, it's a lot different. I think deep down, obviously, you're always the same person, or you think you're the same person. I was very hyper reactive for my entire life. You know, a psychologist pointed out, due to the environment I grew up in, I was always in fight mode, which is exhausting, obviously. So I would hyperreact to anything and everything. I always cared for people, but I think that's what caused the hyperreaction as well. So if you did one small thing to me, it was like I would take it and I would go down a road, and before I knew it, I was 6 layers deep into everything that had gone wrong in my life, and this person would cop it from me, you know? Whereas now, it's like, I think about it, and obviously everyone still gets upset, but I communicate it a lot better. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, like, my whole life I felt like I was talking Japanese to everyone when I was trying to explain why they were upsetting me. And now all of a sudden everyone seems to be understanding, and I feel like I was saying the same things, but everyone's like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, I've been saying it for years, but like, it's like suddenly I'm talking English. It's almost annoying, because I'm like, I feel like I don't know what I was saying for years, but like suddenly the English is coming out of my mouth because people are like, oh, you know, oh yeah. And I'm like, they're like, oh, you're articulating things so much better. And I'm like, I feel like I'm not, but I guess I am. So by the time I'd come in here, I'd spent months in my room. Like, I wasn't even leaving my bedroom. I couldn't even brush my hair some days, which is really hard because since I was a kid, I've had a very strong resilience to things. So it's like the bad things would happen and I would just get up the next day and keep on keeping on. But it was like a permanent state of survival, you know, so like I would just keep on keeping on. And then I couldn't one day, and so I couldn't even brush my hair, and I would go down these spirals of everything that had gone wrong, and it would happen every day, all day. So I would just lay in bed, or I'd watch a movie I'd seen a million times, because, you know, you just for comfort. And now, like, I can't remember the last time I laid in bed all day, you know. I just can't anymore. You know, you get up and do things like, you know, things like I said to Ryan once, just washing the dishes was just like another thing that I was too hard, you know, and now I do it because it's the thing you do. Like, you just wash the dishes. It's not another thing that's just piling on top. You know, I'm still working on it, but the anxiety, it still comes, but it's really weird. Like, I get these, it's like a little ball comes, and then all of a sudden I go, no, calm down, nothing's wrong, you know. It's like something else comes in and goes, you're okay, like, calm down. And I do a breathing technique with my yoga. So, but the thing that tells me to calm down was never there before. Like, and it happens so quickly. Like, I'll be watching a movie and this little ball of anxiety tries to rear its ugly little head, and I go, oh, no, hold on, you're watching a movie, it's 8 o'clock at night, there's nothing wrong, you know, like, calm down. and then I just do my breathing technique and it's usually gone. I can control it rather than it control me, you know. It's huge. I literally can't stop talking about it to all my friends. Like, I'm like, get the brain wellness clinic. This person needs to go to the brain wellness clinic. I literally, it's so bad. Hey, I reckon I should get paid as a BDM. Because, like I said to Ryan, it's like, it's not the be all end all that will save your life. But it gives you the weapon to stop whatever's happening, so you can do the things that are better for your life. That's how I explain it. It just stops the noise. It stops that ugly little thing that's inside your head that tells you can't, you know. Because, yeah, that's the biggest problem I find with people, is that their self-dialogue is so bad. Like, I've really noticed it since after the whole program I do, is that I look at everyone and everyone just talks to themselves so badly, you know, and I don't do that anymore. Like, and I think, Jesus, everyone should come here. If you can just stop talking to yourself like shit, other things will happen, you know. But yeah, that's definitely the biggest thing. I literally tell everyone about it. But what I notice is people have always got an excuse as to why they can't do something. I think you really, really have to be committed to wanting to be better, you know. And that's the thing I've noticed, is that whenever I tell people, it's the people that really know that something needs to change. You know, like my partner, I told him, and he thought it was a bunch of crap as well. Everyone does. You're like, whatever. And he's noticed a massive change in him as well. So nothing is a quick fix. You can't go in for one session anywhere. I've tried for years to just do, you know, hypnosis, you know, like, that'll get rid of it. No. If you feel like something's wrong inside you, then there's something wrong, you know. So that's pretty much the biggest thing, because that's all I've ever felt, but I ignored it and kept thinking it'll go away tomorrow, and it doesn't go away. It builds and it builds and it builds. So that's the best thing I can say to anyone, is that it doesn't just go away. Like, you've got to find somewhere to help you take it away.